Great position in this match. Oh, he's pulled it off. He's pulled it off. An awful angle on the pink. And somehow he's...
Zhao Xintong was once one of snooker's rising stars. Then everything stopped. A ban took him off the table and many thought his career might be over. But now, against the odds, he's back. After months of silence and headlines filled with questions, Zhao has qualified for the World Snooker Championship. It's the kind of return that raises eyebrows, but also makes people watch a little bit closer. In this video, we'll look at what really happened, how Zhao ended up banned, and what his return means for the sport. It all started back in 2023, when Zhao Xintong found himself caught in the middle of a scandal. And not just any scandal. It was match fixing, the kind of thing that shakes careers. By the summer of that year, Zhao was one of 10 Chinese players suspended from the sport. While the headlines were heavy, his sentence turned out to be the shortest. That's because he didn't fix any matches himself. Instead, he was charged with being involved in fixing and placing bets on games he knew were being manipulated. Not great, but not the worst on the list either. He ended up with a 20-month ban, enough to stop the momentum of his rising career. This was a player who had won the 2021 UK Championship and reached world number 9. Many believed he was on his way to becoming one of snooker's top stars. Some even thought he'd be the next major face of the sport. But the scandal paused everything. After serving his ban, Zhao didn't disappear. He went back to playing, but this time not under the bright lights of the main tour. He returned to action 7 months ago through the Q Tour, and this comeback was more than just a statement. He dominated the field so much that he secured a tour card for next season with ease. But here's where it gets more interesting. Zhao has now qualified for the World Snooker Championship at the Crucible. Yes, months after serving his suspension, he's back, this time as an amateur. He had to win 4 matches to get here, powering through Kawai Cheong, then took down Long Chehuang, followed by Liu Heatian, and finally sealed the deal by defeating Elliot Slesser. 4 rounds, 4 solid wins, and just like that, Zhao secured his spot among the 16 qualifiers who will now face off against the world's top-ranked players in Sheffield. But something special happened during that very first match against Kai Huai. In the final break of the game, Zhao pulled off a brilliant high break, so clean and controlled that it felt like the old Zhao had never left. And while there was no live audience in the room to cheer him on, the internet had plenty to say. Social media lit up with comments from fans and snooker followers who watched the match online. Many of them didn't hold back their excitement. Some called him a future world champion right there and then. Others went even further, saying they had just witnessed the rise of the newest rocket. It was more than just a good match. Zhao went on to win that match 10-3, finishing strong and leaving a digital trail of praise behind him. For someone who had been away from the Crucible stage for so long, qualifying again clearly meant something. He secured his spot with a hard-fought 10-8 victory over Elliot Slesser in the final round. That win made him only the 3rd amateur ever to reach the Crucible, after James Cahill in 2019 and Michael White in 2022. So now, Zhao Xintong walks back into snooker's most prestigious stage, not as a rising star, but as a returning one. And while some fans are still unsure how to feel, one thing is clear. This comeback is real, and all eyes are on him once again. Zhao Xintong hasn't made it past the 2nd round in his previous 2 World Championship appearances. In 2019, he ran into Mark Selby and was knocked out in the opening round. Then, in 2022, after reaching the last 16, he was eliminated by Stephen Maguire. This year, he'll be hoping to go further, especially with the momentum of a comeback and something to prove. Meanwhile, the qualifiers delivered a fresh batch of names to the Crucible. Daniel Wells and Zach Shirty both secured their first ever appearances. Wells pulled off the biggest upset, edging out world number 17 Gary Wilson 10-8, the highest-ranked player in the qualifiers. Shirty made his mark too, cruising past Ricky Walden 10-3. Chris Wackerlin, Zhu Yuelong, and Ryan Day also booked their spots. Wackerlin dominated Martin O'Donnell 10-2, while Zhu and Day wrapped up strong 10-5 victories over Yuan Sijun and Sunny Akani. Now back to Zhao. His strong run on the Q Tour not only helped him get his rhythm back, but landed him a golden ticket to the World Snooker Championship qualifiers. To him, the Crucible is a hard place to return to, and getting back there made him feel proud of himself. But this was not about showing up. Zhao made it clear that he still wanted more. More matches, more wins, more chances to rise again. His message was simple. He would keep trying his best. He admitted that coming back wasn't easy, especially after such a long break from competitive play. The Q Tour had no shortage of talent, and Zhao knew he had to play at a high level just to keep up. He was honest about the pressure. Winning was the only way he could rebuild his confidence, and even though he'd already secured a tour card for next season, Zhao wasn't treating any match lightly. He wanted to enjoy the game again, but more importantly, he wanted to prove that he still had what it takes to win titles. Zhao keeps his focus locked in. Confidence runs through every part of his game now. 2 years ago, he made a mistake that cost him everything. And now, he is not looking back or offering excuses. He's here to turn the page and take control of the next chapter. Those 2 years felt endless. It was all practice, over and over. No big stage, no cameras, just quiet repetition and the hope that one day he would earn his spot back. And now that he has his foot back in the door, he's not showing up only to participate, but to win. If his game clicks, he genuinely believes no one can stop him. Even before the ban, Zhao was already getting the nod from the legends. Ronnie O'Sullivan trained alongside him and saw the potential for brilliance in every shot. The Rocket famously compared Zhao to Roger Federer, calling him a once-in-a-generation talent. He thinks that Zhao had the potential to become the greatest ever, praising his natural ability and fast learning. In his words, he's Roger Federer with a snooker cue in his hands. Zhao's return signals something bigger for the sport. Snooker thrives on talent, redemption, and unpredictability, and Zhao brings all three in one package. And that's a wrap for this video. Do you think Zhao has what it takes to lift the trophy this year, or will the pressure be too much for him? Drop your thoughts below, and for more snooker content, click on the screen right now.